You are living through the biggest shift in work and wealth in your lifetime. Intelligent machines are writing, coding, designing, analyzing, and even talking back. You can treat that as a threat and hope the wave misses you, or you can learn to ride it. This audiobook is brought to you by Elite Mind Audiobooks. Over the next hour, you will build a blueprint for staying irreplaceable in the age of AI. You will not learn gimmicks or hype. You will learn how to build a human advantage that technology amplifies instead of replaces. You can listen while you drive, train, walk, or clean, using every spare minute to upgrade the one asset you always carry, yourself. Now, let us begin. Chapter 1. The world you were prepared for no longer exists. The old script said, get a degree, get a stable job, slowly move up, retire. That script was already cracking. Artificial intelligence has shattered it. In this first chapter, you will see clearly what is changing, what is not, and why panic is a waste of energy. But urgency is not. Everywhere you look, you see headlines about AI. Tools that write articles, summarize meetings, analyze data, generate images and code. Some people respond with denial, telling themselves it is just a fad. Others freeze in fear, convinced that everything will be taken over and there is no point in trying. Both reactions keep you powerless. The truth is more nuanced. Yes, AI and automation will absolutely change millions of jobs. Many tasks that once required human time will be done faster and cheaper by machines. But there is a critical distinction. Tasks are being automated, not entire humans. Most real jobs are bundles of tasks. Some are predictable and repetitive. Others require judgment, creativity, context, and empathy. The more your daily work is made of predictable patterns, the more exposed you are. The more your work draws on complex human abilities, the more AI becomes a tool instead of a replacement. Before we go further, a brief disclaimer. This audiobook is educational. It is not financial, legal, or career advice. Decisions about your money, your employment, and your business should be made with careful research and, when needed, with qualified professionals. What you will hear is meant to sharpen your thinking and help you take strategic action, not tell you exactly what to do. Now imagine two employees at the same company. One, Mark, treats his job as a list of tasks to complete. He checks boxes, answers emails, fills in forms, and follows procedures. He has not learned much new in years. When AI tools arrive that can do 80% of his list, his value collapses. The other, Tasha, started with a similar job, but over time she learned how the business really works. She understands customers, can spot patterns in the numbers, and knows how to communicate clearly with different departments. When AI tools arrive, she is the one who learns them first, helps others use them, and redesigns workflows. Her value increases. Same company, same tools, very different outcomes. The difference is not luck. It is how they respond to change. History shows this pattern. When electricity spread, factories reorganized. When computers arrived, paper processes vanished. The internet killed certain roles and created entirely new ones. Each wave rewarded people who adapted, who learned, who looked for leverage instead of clinging to routines. AI is another wave, but bigger. It touches knowledge work, creative work, even parts of emotional labor. That means your mindset is not a side issue. It is central. If you see AI only as competition, you will unconsciously resist learning it. You will avoid experimenting. You will downplay its power until it is too late. But if you see AI as a new kind of leverage, you will ask a better question. How do I become the kind of person these tools make more valuable, not less? As you think about your own situation, ask yourself, how many hours of my week are spent on tasks a smart, tireless assistant could learn to do? How much of my value comes from simply following instructions, and how much comes from judgment, relationships, and creative solutions? If my current job disappeared tomorrow, what skills and reputation would I still own? The goal of this chapter is not to scare you. It is to wake you up. AI is not coming someday. It is here. The gap will grow between those who ignore it and those who learn to work with it. You do not need to become a programmer to win. You do need to become intentional about the kind of human you are becoming. In the chapters ahead, you will see what uniquely human advantages look like and how to build them, how to stack skills in a way that AI amplifies, how to structure your learning, and how to design a career or business that is hard to replace. The future will not belong to machines alone. It will belong to humans who know how to use them. Chapter 2. If you want to stay irreplaceable, you must understand your edge. In this chapter, you will explore the human abilities that AI struggles to match and how to develop them deliberately. There is a lot AI can already do: recognize patterns, generate plausible text and images, translate languages, analyze large data sets. But there are things it does not do well. It does not truly understand meaning. It has no lived experience, no skin in the game, no real responsibility for consequences. It cannot care. Your advantage lies in the gap between pattern and meaning, between information and responsibility. Think of a medical AI that can scan images and spot early signs of disease. It may be better than most humans at seeing certain patterns, but it does not sit with the patient, feel their fear, integrate their history, and help them make a decision that fits their life. That requires empathy, ethics, and context. Or consider a language model that can write a basic marketing email. It can string words together in a convincing way. But to design a campaign that truly resonates, you need to understand your audience, your brand, and the subtle emotional triggers that build long-term trust. You need taste and judgment. Your human advantage can be broken down into a few core capabilities. First, integrated judgment. Humans can combine numbers, stories, values, and long-term consequences into a single decision. AI can help surface options and analyze trade-offs, but you remain the one who carries the real-world impact. Second, authentic connection. People still buy from, follow, and listen to people they trust. Building trust requires consistency, honesty, and emotional intelligence. AI can simulate friendliness. It cannot build a genuine relationship over years of shared experience. Third, original insight. AI is trained on past data. It is powerful at remixing what already exists. You, however, can notice something no one has written down yet. You can combine experiences from different parts of your life into a new idea. You can see around corners by understanding human nature, not just existing patterns. Fourth, embodied action. AI cannot show up on a construction site, in a classroom, in a hospital room, in a courtroom, or on a sports field. Many high-value roles are hybrids of thinking, communication, and physical presence. The more your work involves the real world and real bodies, the more important you remain. Imagine a project manager named Lewis. His company starts using AI tools to draft project plans, summarize meetings, and generate reports. Some of his colleagues panic, thinking their jobs are disappearing. Lewis takes a different view. He sees that while AI can handle paperwork, it cannot walk into a heated meeting and calm everyone down. It cannot sense when a client is losing confidence and needs a phone call instead of another email. It cannot anticipate political tensions inside the company. Lewis doubles down on those skills. He lets AI handle the routine tasks, freeing him to be more present where his human edge is sharpest. As you reflect, ask yourself, where in my work or life do people rely on my judgment, not just my output? Where do my relationships and reputation matter as much as my technical skills? When have I connected ideas from different areas to solve a problem in a way that a simple script or template could not? The point of this chapter is not to say, humans are special, so we are safe. It is to help you see where to invest. If you spend the next 5 years becoming a slightly faster version of a machine, you will lose. If you spend the next 5 years deepening the abilities that machines struggle with and learning to use them together, you will be hard to replace. In the next chapter, you will see how to turn this idea into a concrete plan by stacking skills into a personal moat that AI actually strengthens. Chapter 3. Being irreplaceable is not about having one magic talent. It is about how you combine skills into a unique, valuable package. In this chapter, you will learn how to think in terms of skill stacks and build a personal moat around your career or business. A moat, in business language, is what protects a company from competitors. It might be a powerful brand, a network effect, or a hard-to-copy process. As an individual, you can build your own moat, a combination of abilities, experiences, and relationships that is difficult to replicate. Many people make the mistake of chasing whatever is hottest right now. They hear that data science, coding, or product management is valuable, so they try to pivot without a method. In the age of AI, chasing trends blindly is even riskier. The tools will keep changing. Your strategy must be deeper. Think of your skills in 3 layers. The first layer is foundational human skills: writing and communication, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, basic numeracy, and learning how to learn. These skills age slowly. They transfer across careers. They also amplify every other layer. The second layer is domain skills, knowledge specific to your field: law, medicine, sales, marketing, design, construction, education, finance, and so on. This is where you understand the real problems, constraints, and needs in a particular area of the world. The third layer is tool skills, your ability to use specific technologies, including AI, to do work in your domain more effectively. This layer will change the fastest. Today's tools will evolve or be replaced. But the mental models you build while learning them will carry over. Your goal is not to max out one layer and ignore the rest. It is to build a smart combination that fits who you are and where the world is going. For example, imagine someone named Claire. She starts as a high school English teacher. Her foundational skills are strong: clear writing, empathy, explaining complex ideas simply. Her domain is education. She decides to build a personal moat by adding just enough technology. She learns how to use AI tools to design lesson plans, personalize materials, and analyze student progress. Over time, she becomes known as the teacher who can bridge human connection with smart tools. Eventually, she moves into a role helping schools integrate technology ethically. Her moat is not AI expert alone. It is educator with deep classroom experience plus human skills plus AI fluency. Or think of a salesperson who adds public speaking and basic data analysis. Or a nurse who learns process improvement and team leadership. Or a small business owner who learns copywriting and automation. In each case, you are not trying to be the best in the world at one thing. You are creating a combination that makes you extremely useful to a specific set of people. As you listen, start to map your own stack. Ask yourself, what are my strongest foundational human skills today? In what domains do I already understand the real problems and language? Where could adding basic AI and tech literacy multiply my impact instead of distracting me? And which one or two skills, if I develop them deeply over the next 3 years, would change my trajectory the most? The main idea of this chapter is that being irreplaceable is not a vague trait. It is the result of deliberate skill stacking. When you build from your strengths, connect them to real-world problems, and add the right tools on top, AI does not erase your value. It amplifies it. In the next chapter, you will learn how to work with AI directly, not as a gimmick, but as a disciplined collaborator that makes your best skills even better. Chapter 4. AI is not magic. It is a tool, an extremely powerful one, but still a tool. In this chapter, you will learn how to think about AI as a force multiplier for your mind, not as a replacement for it. The biggest mistake most people make with AI is at the extremes. On one side are those who ignore it, assuming it is a toy or a passing fad. On the other side are those who throw tasks at it blindly, trusting whatever it spits out. Both positions are weak. Your aim is to stand in the middle, deeply human but highly augmented. Start by changing how you see AI in your mental model of work. Instead of imagining a rival, imagine a smart junior assistant, fast, tireless, reasonably capable but lacking context and judgment. You would not hand over your most critical responsibilities to a junior assistant and walk away. You would delegate pieces, check their work, and use them to free your time for higher-level thinking. Take a marketer named Jason. Before AI, he would spend hours drafting rough copy, brainstorming headlines, and researching similar campaigns. Now, he uses AI to generate first drafts, produce lists of ideas, and summarize long reports. But he does not publish AI's output as is. He reads, edits, and reshapes it to fit his brand and strategy. He spends less time on grunt work and more on big-picture positioning. AI has not made him obsolete. It has made him more valuable. To use AI well, you need two things: clear thinking and clear instructions. AI works best when you know what you are trying to do and can describe it precisely. This is sometimes called prompt thinking. It is not about memorizing secret phrases. It is about being specific. Instead of saying, "Write something about our product," you might say, "Act as an experienced copywriter. Draft 3 variations of a 150-word email introducing our new budgeting app to young professionals." The tone should be clear, confident, and practical, not hypey. Emphasize saving time and reducing financial stress. When you think clearly, AI can respond more usefully. You also need to develop the habit of verification. AI can produce work that looks confident but is wrong. It can hallucinate facts, exaggerate, or miss important nuance. Your job is to review, compare with trusted sources, and correct. Over time, you will learn where AI tends to be strong and where it tends to be weak in your specific domain. As you integrate AI into your routines, ask yourself, which parts of my work are repetitive, time-consuming, or mentally draining, but do not require my full judgment? Those are prime candidates for automation or assistance. Which parts require human connection, negotiation, ethical choice, or original insight? Those are where you should focus your freed-up time. You will also face an inner challenge: the temptation to let AI think for you. When a machine can summarize a book, it is easy to stop reading. When it can brainstorm for you, it is easy to stop wrestling with ideas yourself. Do not outsource the very muscles you are trying to build. Use AI to push you further, not to save you from effort. Have it challenge your ideas, propose counterarguments, or simulate tough customers. Have it quiz you on concepts or help you see blind spots in your plans. Treat it as a sparring partner that sharpens you, not a crutch that makes you weaker. As you experiment, ask yourself, in my current work, where could AI save me 1 hour a day without lowering my standards? How can I use that hour to deepen the specifically human skills that make me irreplaceable? And how can I build a simple habit of checking AI's work so that I stay in control of the final outcome? The core message of this chapter is that AI rewards the already capable. If you bring clarity, ethics, and ambition, AI multiplies you. If you bring confusion and laziness, it exposes you. Learn to use it with discipline, and you will pull ahead of people who either fear it or worship it. Chapter 5. Information has never been more abundant or more overwhelming. In this chapter, you will learn how to practice deep work and deliberate learning in a world where AI and the internet can flood you with content at any moment. In previous decades, a lack of information was often the bottleneck. Now, the bottleneck is your ability to choose what to focus on and follow it through without drowning in noise. AI can make this both better and worse. Better because it can summarize, filter, and organize. Worse because it can generate endless new distractions. Deep work is sustained, undistracted effort on something that pushes your abilities. Deliberate learning is practicing in a way that targets your weaknesses and builds specific skills. Both are rare. Both are exactly what make you hard to replace. Consider a young engineer named Abby. With AI tools, she can ask for code snippets, explanations, and documentation summaries. It would be easy for her to lean on those tools so heavily that she never truly understands what she is doing. Instead, she uses AI to clarify concepts, then writes code herself, debugs it, and reflects on what she learned. She blocks off 2 hours a day where her phone is away, her notifications are off, and she works on the hardest parts of her projects. Over time, she becomes not only faster but deeper. AI has amplified her learning instead of hollowing it out. You can do something similar in your field, even if you are not technical. Start by choosing 1 or 2 skills that truly matter for your future. Not everything. The few that fit your skill stack and human advantage. Then design simple daily or weekly practice where you focus only on those skills without distraction. For a writer, that might be 1 hour of drafting and revising. For a salesperson, 1 hour of practicing calls, reviewing recordings, and studying objections. For a manager, 1 hour of thinking through strategy, decisions, and team development. Use AI to support this practice, not to replace it. Have it generate practice scenarios, feedback checklists, or example problems. But when it comes time to perform, turn the tools off and see what you can do on your own. This is how you know your true level. To protect your attention, you need rules. The modern world will not do this for you. You might choose to check email only at set times instead of constantly. You might keep your phone out of reach during focus blocks. You might limit how many articles or videos you consume about a topic before switching into doing mode. Ask yourself, if someone watched my last week, would they see more time spent consuming or creating, scrolling or practicing? How many minutes of real deep work did I actually do? What is one specific block of time I can defend each day for my highest skill work, even if it is only 30 minutes? The main idea of this chapter is simple. In a world of infinite content, your edge is not access to information. It is your capacity to direct your attention and turn information into embodied skill. AI can help you learn faster, but only if you stay disciplined enough to do the hard parts yourself. In the next chapter, you will see how to extend this discipline into building digital leverage, assets and systems that let your best work reach further without more hours. Chapter 6. Time is limited. Leverage is how you make your time count for more. In this chapter, you will learn how to use technology, including AI, to build digital leverage that extends your impact and earnings without burning you out. Leverage means that your effort produces outsized results. In the industrial age, leverage came from machines and capital. In the digital age, it comes from code, media, and systems. AI accelerates all three. There are 3 broad forms of digital leverage you can build. The first is content. Ideas packaged in ways that can be consumed many times without extra work from you. Articles, videos, podcasts, courses, newsletters, and tools are all forms of content. When done well, they can build your reputation, attract opportunities, and generate income. The second is systems, processes and automations that let work happen without your constant input. This might be email sequences for your business, standardized ways of delivering services, automated reports, or customer onboarding flows. The third is products, software, apps, templates, or other assets that solve specific problems for people and can be sold or used at scale. You do not have to build all 3. Even one can dramatically change your trajectory. Imagine a fitness coach named Renee. For years, she trained clients one-on-one. Her income was tied to the hours she could physically be in the gym. She decided to build leverage. She used AI tools to help outline a beginner training program, draft emails, and create visual guides. She recorded video lessons and turned them into an online course. Now, she still sees some clients in person, but her course sells in the background to people across the country. Her knowledge is no longer trapped in individual sessions. AI did not replace her. It helped her package her expertise. Or consider an employee who uses AI to build internal tools at their company, a dashboard that saves everyone time, a script that automates a frustrating task, a knowledge base that makes training new hires easier. They may not be an entrepreneur, but they are creating leverage inside their role. That makes them hard to ignore. As you think about your own path, ask yourself, what problems do I understand deeply that others would gladly pay to have solved? Where am I already answering the same questions repeatedly that could be turned into content or a simple product? What processes in my work or business are repetitive and could be turned into systems with the help of technology? AI can accelerate each step. It can help you brainstorm topics, draft outlines, write code stubs, design workflows, and test ideas. But it cannot tell you what matters. It cannot feel the pain of your customers or colleagues. That is your job. Start small. You might write one high-quality article a week, record one short educational video, or create one internal tool. Over time, these pieces stack. You become known for something. Opportunities find you instead of the other way around. The central message of this chapter is that in the age of AI, your advantage is not just doing work. It is building assets and systems that let your best work keep working for you. When you combine human insight with digital leverage, you create a career or business that is far harder to automate away. Chapter 7. Now it is time to pull your mindset, skills, and leverage into a concrete strategy for your work life. In this chapter, you will learn how to make resilient moves whether you are an employee, freelancer, or entrepreneur. The old question was, what do you do for a living? The new question is, what problems do you reliably solve and for whom? If you can answer that clearly, you are in a strong position in any economy. If you are an employee, your path to being irreplaceable starts inside your current role. Understand what truly matters to your organization. Is it revenue, customer satisfaction, compliance, innovation, efficiency? Then look for ways to increase those outcomes using your human advantages and AI tools together. You become more valuable when you move closer to the core. For example, if you work in marketing, learn how your campaigns connect directly to sales. If you work in operations, understand how your work affects customer experience. If you work in support, notice patterns in the issues customers face and propose solutions. Over time, look for roles that give you more responsibility for outcomes, not just tasks. Managers of AI-powered teams, translators between technical and non-technical groups, and builders of internal systems will be in high demand. Your skill stack and reputation will matter more than your job title. If you are a freelancer or consultant, your edge is even more tightly linked to the specific problems you solve. Avoid being a generic writer, designer, or consultant. AI will apply the most pressure to broad, undifferentiated services. Instead, become known for solving a particular kind of problem for a particular kind of person, with a clear process and clear results. Imagine a freelance writer named Noah. If he sells himself as "I write blog posts," he is competing with thousands of others plus AI. Instead, he specializes. I help B2B software companies turn dense technical content into clear, conversion-focused case studies and emails. He uses AI to speed up research and first drafts, but his understanding of the audience and buying process is what clients are really paying for. If you are an entrepreneur, think carefully about where AI and automation fit into your model. Do not build a business that is just a thin layer on top of someone else's platform or tool. Focus on owning the relationship with your customers and understanding their problems better than anyone. Use AI to reduce costs, increase quality, and scale your offer, not as your only differentiator. Regardless of your path, invest in your network. People will matter even more in a world of smart tools. Opportunities flow through relationships, mentors, peers, former colleagues, and clients who trust you. Be the person who learns fast, shares value, and follows through on commitments. Those traits compound. As you plan, ask yourself, if AI automates the simplest 50% of what I do, what is left that is still valuable? How can I move more of my time into that higher value layer starting this year? What one move? Learning a new skill, changing teams, taking on a visible project, starting a side offer, would best align my daily work with the future I see coming. The essence of this chapter is that your career is not a fixed track. It is a series of bets. In the age of AI, the best bets are on problems that will always matter, human skills that are hard to copy, and leverage that lets you do more with less. When you make those bets intentionally, you reduce your fear and increase your freedom. Chapter 8. You have seen how AI is changing work, where your human edge lies, how to stack skills, work with intelligent tools, build deep focus, and create leverage. In this final chapter, you will anchor all of this in something deeper than money or fear, your values and your vision for a meaningful life. Technology will keep accelerating. Tools will come and go. But questions about who you are becoming and what you are using your power for will not disappear. If you chase every new thing without a center, you will end up scattered and anxious, even if you make more money. If you cling to the past, you will end up resentful and stuck. You need a North Star. That North Star is not a specific job title or income number. It is a picture of the kind of person you want to be and the kind of contribution you want to make with your time on this planet. Maybe you want to be known as the person who brings clarity to chaos, who helps others make wise decisions in a noisy world. Maybe you want to build products or services that genuinely reduce suffering or unlock potential. Maybe you want to create stability for your family and opportunities for people who did not start with your advantages. Whatever it is, write it in human terms, not corporate slogans. When you are clear on this, AI becomes a means, not a master. You stop asking, "What will AI do to me?" and start asking, "How can I use these tools in a way that is aligned with my character and my calling?" Ethics is not abstract here. You will face real choices. Do you use AI to imitate other people's work or to learn from it and create your own? Do you use automation to help customers or to trick them? Do you allow tools to invade every corner of your relationships, or do you keep certain spaces human only? These small decisions shape who you become. Remember, too, that the future of work is not just about you. Millions of people will be displaced, confused, and afraid. If you are listening to this, you are likely early in taking this shift seriously. As you grow, you have a chance to help others, to share what you learn, mentor younger people, guide coworkers, and build companies that lift people up instead of squeezing them out. As you move forward, ask yourself, what do I want my days to feel like 3 to 5 years from now? What am I willing to practice, sacrifice, and learn to make that vision real? How can I use AI and other technologies to amplify my highest values instead of my laziest impulses? You will not be perfect. You will try tools that waste time. You will be tempted by shortcuts. You will have days when you slide back into distraction and fear. That is normal. What matters is that you return quickly to your standards. From here, your practical next steps are simple. Choose 1 or 2 human skills you will deliberately deepen. Choose one way you will integrate AI as a disciplined assistant in your work. Choose one form of digital leverage you will begin to build, even in a small way. and choose one person you will help navigate this shift. As you do these things, your identity will change. You will stop seeing yourself as someone the future happens to and start seeing yourself as someone building the future consciously. You will be less rattled by headlines because you know what you are working on, who you are serving, and how your skills fit into the bigger picture. The age of AI is not the end of meaningful human work. It is the end of drifting through your career on autopilot. It is the end of being rewarded for doing only what a machine can do. From now on, those who thrive will be those who combine human depth with technological leverage. Let that be you. Use your commute, your workouts, your evenings, and your quiet minutes not just for escape, but for practice, learning, and reflection. Build a human advantage that machines amplify but cannot erase. Turn every minute into mastery, and in doing so, become truly irreplaceable in the age of AI.